Oh.
I'm your pusher.
Say what?
It's about to see something that they never felt before. All right, thank you. Definitely a great beat right there.
Hell yeah. Lunch tables.
Yeah.
Were never the same.
Harlem Shaking was never the same.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Ghost of Mr. Sanders show. I'm your host. I go by the name of Ghost. And as always, my co-host, the sea walking, moon walking king.
Not really. More like the two-stepping king.
The Tony two-step. Mr. Sanders.
What up? How you doing, man?
I'm good. Just Harlem Shaking over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely
Man, I
takes.
feel like getting me a motherfucking platinum FUBU outfit right now.
Yeah, you do that. I wonder if you can even find that anywhere.
Yeah.
They probably try to look that up on Amazon. Amazon be like, really? Like, you kidding me, right?
Yeah.
Send you like 20 different options or something like that. But anyway, so with this show today, we're gonna be talking about black sitcoms. Give it up for black sitcoms.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen quite a good amount of black sitcoms through our generation. Some of the ones I want to just start naming off. LL Cool J in the House.
Yeah, I briefly remember that.
Yeah, it was a very short-lived show. I remember it had
For
Alfonso.
obvious reasons.
Yeah, it had Alfonso Ribeiro, Kim Wayans on it. Debbie Allen was also on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was on UPN, right?
Yeah. It was. It had the girl, what, Maya Campbell?
Yeah.
Which is
Man.
nowadays not
She
so
needs
good.
prayer.
Yeah. But yeah,
she
definitely.
was fine as hell back then.
I like the show. I understand why it got canceled.
It
but
was not good.
But it was definitely a little bit funny.
Yeah, it was on UPN. Shout out to Jeff Axel right now. He had the greatest quote about this show. You pick a nigga, because this had plenty of mediocre black shows on this channel.
Yes, somewhat like that.
And this was one of many.
Yeah.
I was not liking In the House at all, but I know why they did it. LL Cool J, he was popping right at that time.
Yeah, had the one pants leg up at this time.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Then, another show, the Jamie Foxx show. What do you think about that one?
Loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That was like on for like 5 seasons.
Yeah, it was on for 5 seasons. Had a lot of interesting guest appearances. One of my favorites was when West Side Connection was on there, and Casey and JoJo. Remember that episode?
Yeah, I remember that. The West Side Connection one was pretty funny.
Yeah. Mr. Cubicles and
they're like, yeah, what was they? What they say? We got the sweet jumping off up there. He was like, sweet? We ain't got no sweets in here. They just cut a hole in the wall. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, Mr. Cubicles and Mr. McDonald's and Mr. Western Fields, whatever he said, WC Fields.
And then you had, I remember Kevin Garnett was on an episode.
Yeah, and GP, your boy, Gary Payton.
I remember he had all them legendary football players.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my favorite episodes, the football game.
Yeah.
That man tried to fake that injury. And like, it was everybody already loved. It was just him and Fancy.
Shout out to Fancy right now for being
definitely.
fine as hell.
Definitely. And he was just still laying on the ground. Everybody was gone. She's like, Jamie, you can get up now.
And he had his little league jersey on.
Yeah.
Small ass shit.
Yeah. That was a pretty funny jersey. But still, I like that show. Definitely a fun show to watch.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell they had a good time making that.
Mm-hmm.
I know he tried to use that show to get his music career started.
Mm-hmm. He used to sing a lot on there.
Yeah.
He had that classic episode with Mary J. Blige. Hand of applause for Mary J. Blige right now. One of the best soul singers ever. And she was looking super thick in that episode. Man.
Yeah, but she crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely a fun show. Another show.
Ryan Isley was on there too.
Oh yeah, he did it. That was the same episode.
Yeah, he was the preacher.
Yeah, that's when I could imagine going to that church.
Fall in love with you.
Yeah, I could only imagine that church.
Oh yes, I am.
Yeah. Did another show, Amen, that has Sherman Hemsley on it.
Yeah, very underrated show.
Yeah, it really was. It was definitely underrated. I don't think a lot of people remember it per se.
Mm-hmm.
I think really the show they try to rip off, that Cedric show, came out recently or something. I think they try to rip off that show.
The neighborhood show.
Was it Soul Man or something?
Soul Man, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that show was trying to like bite off this one.
Well, that show didn't last long, so it didn't work. Nobody remembers. I actually forgot about it till you said something.
Yeah. But the Amen was definitely a very underrated show. Definitely a good show. I remember my mom used to watch that show like all the time, and I remember seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty funny, like how all the shows Sherman Hemsley was on, he was like pretty much like loud and like joking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
In real life, from what I saw, he was always pretty much like a quiet dude.
Oh yeah, that's how Eddie Murphy is. He's real wild in his show, in his movies, and his shows and stuff. But in person, I heard he's just real chill. He's the exact opposite. So I can see that. Some people know when to turn it on and off.
Yeah, I guess that just shows how good of an actor they are.
Yeah,
definitely. Another show, 1-on-1.
1-on-1, yeah.
Do you like that show?
It was okay. I thought it was kind of corny, honestly. Really, too, it didn't really represent Baltimore at all around that time. That was early 2000s. Yeah, that was a poor representation of Baltimore.
What do you mean?
Baltimore is a wild city.
Well, I mean, they were the dude had a good career. They weren't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to.
Don't matter, man.
Wasn't supposed to show a bad image.
I mean, it wasn't supposed to put no bad image, but it just didn't represent Baltimore like that for real.
Well, I mean,
it was kind of corny, honestly. And then it got even worse when they kind of went away from the father and daughter dynamic.
Yeah, that's what kind of ruined the show for me. But I like the earlier stages of that show. It was still pretty good. Doesn't get played really anymore. I remember it was on TV for a little bit, but they took that one off the air.
Mm-hmm.
But
because it went through a lot of stuff, because it changed from UPN to CW, and the CW really didn't know what to do with that show, so they kind of just let it go.
Well, they definitely didn't do a good job right at the ending of it.
Yeah, the ending of it was pretty trash.
Had your boy Ray J on this show.
Yeah, Ray J. Give a hand for Ray J right now. Man.
Even had a Kel make some appearances on there.
Yeah, I
Kel
saw
Mitchell
Kel on there.
Yeah, because that was pretty much when he disappeared for a while.
Yeah. Also, we can't forget, some of the cast. Kyla Pratt. She was the main character. Flex Alexander. He was her father. Yeah. Then you got Robert Richard. I think that's his name. Richard, whatever.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah,
he was on Cousin Skeeter.
Yeah.
Has done a lot of things, and he was, her boyfriend. He spent all that time. Spent 5-6 years trying to get the ass. Yeah. Never got it.
And she gave it up to Ray J.
Gave it to Ray J, a guy that she just met.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But it was still a pretty good show. I liked it. Another show, Moesha.
Now, this show really could have been one of the greats, but when they made that horrible move to say that, well, you go ahead and tell the people.
Well,
you really like this show.
Yeah,
I mean, the show was alright.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, they did mess it up when they did the storyline of Ray J ended up being her brother or whatever. It was just stupid. Like I was like, what are y'all doing with this? Like, and even everybody on the show that was involved with it was like, this is terrible. Because I think Shirley Ralph, she left the show because of that, because she was just like, y'all ruined a great show like this.
Yeah, Shirley Ralph had to get up out of there, and Frank, he really wasn't feeling the show anymore either.
Yeah, and
all that was just a ploy to get Ray J a better storyline so he could be one of the characters on the show, because he was pretty useless, honestly.
Yeah, I remember his friend down there, Nice.
Yeah,
I remember that dude.
Yeah, it had a cliffhanger ending too, by the way.
Well, I remember with that, they were supposed to actually do the ending of it on the episode of the Parkers, but for whatever reason, it never happened. But oh well, definitely had a lot of guest appearances on this show.
Yeah, Master P was on there.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Kobe.
about Master
Rest
P.
in peace to Kobe.
They were like dating at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You had Usher.
Yep.
Fredro Starr.
Yep.
I'm trying. There was a ton of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of people on there, but
wasn't like it was like 112 or somebody was on there.
Yeah, probably so.
It was a lot of people on that show.
Yeah, the end of the show kind of ended on a cliffhanger too, by the way. The dad found a pregnancy test, a positive pregnancy test, and Brandy's room. They had that, and then you had her brother got kidnapped.
Yeah, Lil Kim.
Yeah,
she was also on that.
Yeah,
show.
Lil Kim was on this show. Yeah, and it's funny you should bring that up about the Parkers. Yeah, this was supposed to be a crossover to the Parkers, but they kind of just dropped that. I also didn't like how we ain't talking about the Parkers yet, but go ahead.
No, what were you saying? What were you about to say?
I just didn't like how they made Kim's character just so stupid from this show to the Parkers.
Well, that's every show. You gotta always have your stupid character.
Yeah, but it was kind of cringy.
Yeah, you not get into that one. Yeah, the Parkers, which was a spinoff from Moesha. Which
trash.
Yeah, I really wasn't.
I was not feeling this show at all, man.
It just I didn't really like it.
Very cringy.
It had some episodes that were all right, but I really wasn't liking this show too much.
Shout out to Stevie on the show, though. Give a hand of applause for her.
Stevie, which one was that?
The white girl.
Oh yeah.
Give a hand for her right now.
Yeah, she was pretty straight on there.
Yeah. But this is a very cringy show. I didn't like the acting. I didn't like none of this shit. And moving right along.
Yeah, then you had show like Smart Guy.
Underrated.
Yeah, they definitely could have done more with this show.
Only lasted 3 seasons.
Yeah, and it was like getting to the point where they're like gonna have like serious episodes, like because it was getting to the point where TJ was getting older. So, they could actually start talking about more serious topics, which, I mean, definitely the cast. They did a good job with the casting on that.
Great cast of actors and actresses.
Yeah, had your boy Omar Gooden.
Yeah, Omar Gooden, yeah. One of his shining moments on the show is when they're showing what everybody's thinking in their head.
He's in there beatboxing.
Yeah, he's in there beatboxing. Everybody's like, because they were doing a project, and everybody was just, like, worried about what they was going to say.
No, it's because that was the episode when TJ lost his intelligence, and Marcus freaking out because he had to do the presentation by himself, and he was like, "Man, I'm blanket here. I know this stuff." And TJ's in there. Marcus is panicking. I want to help him, but I don't want to expose myself. So they get the bow. This motherfucker. Boom. I was like,
yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and also too, as far as like TV dads, Floyd Henderson was a great TV dad.
Yeah, he definitely was a very underrated one. He
single for dad too, by the way.
Yeah, that was really one.
You don't really see that too much.
Yeah, I think that show and One on One was pretty much the only like single father shows
I can think of. Well, Full House.
Well, I'm talking about black sitcoms. Yeah.
Damn, my bad, bro.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, those were probably like the only two I can think, at least off the top of my head, I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely a very good show. Got canceled way too soon.
Yep.
Right when they're like starting to get good. Because I mean, that third season was pretty funny to me. But they have it on Disney Plus, so that's good at least. I watch it occasionally.
Yeah, I used to watch the show all the time when I was younger, man. I liked the things that they were talking about. Floyd really was trying to teach Marcus about hard work, and then TJ, he had the brains, and I remember they had that one episode with what was it? This guy was like basically a child molester and and stalking him on the internet.
Yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah, I remember that one. It was, but definitely good.
They had really good themes in all their episodes, man. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, TJ got drunk one episode.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely a good episode. Definitely a good show.
Yeah, but moving right along.
Yeah, moving along. We have a show like The Game. I thought that was like, it was a good show until BET got a hold of it.
Yeah, the first 3 seasons were really good.
Yeah, but I don't know what BET was thinking.
I don't either. BET just ruins everything they get a hold of.
Yeah, they made it like too serious.
Exactly, because the writing in the first 3 seasons was spectacular, man.
Oh yeah. It was a great show. I remember I stumbled upon the show by accident. Because I remember BET was playing all those reruns of like Smart Guy and stuff like that, and they took off the Smart Guy and everything. So I was like, and they started playing The Game, and I was like, never wanted to watch it. And I think one day I just didn't have anything. There was nothing on TV, so I was like, you know what? I'll just put it on this. And I started watching. And I was like, wow, this is actually pretty funny. So I just started watching it all the time. Started watching all the reruns.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this show a lot. I really like the different ways Jason came up with being cheap.
Well, I did I
got a battery charger.
It was just, they did like another show that they did really good casting on. Like everybody, like, and you can't say like nobody wasn't funny on the show.
Oh, yeah, everybody was very funny on the show, and also too the chemistry between Derwin and Melanie almost makes you wonder if they ever dated or tried to date.
Some people are just good actors.
Yeah.
But speaking of her, with Tia Mowry, sister.
Yeah, I really wasn't feeling this show like that until I got a little older.
Yeah, it was all right.
College years was better.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But it was all right. It was decent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, the college years were a lot better than the other years on there. But oh well, can't get it right every time.
But had the classic "Go Home, Roger."
Oh yeah, that's where we saw him get his start.
Yeah.
Until he got it. What was the group? Immature.
I think he was in the group at the time.
Well, wasn't he on the show before like that group like started?
No, he was on the group was on the come up. I think they had a few singles out. But yeah, I never really listened to Immature like that.
Oh well.
Yeah. But anyway, moving right along.
You have In Living Color.
In Living Color, you can do what you want to do.
Yeah, show by Keenan Wayans. Definitely a very funny show.
Push the envelope like crazy.
Yeah.
That show would not last at all in today's time.
No, which they got in trouble. That's why they ended up having a
Billy D episode. I know that's what you
Billy. No, it was Carl Lewis and they did a joke about Carl Lewis and
I
I
don't
think
remember this one. What happened?
Richard Gere. It's basically they did a gay joke about them.
Oh,
which I think ended up being actually true or alleged or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Damon Wayans was doing an interview about it, and because basically like they were always getting in trouble. Like Fox was always like, "Look, I can't keep doing this stuff." And I guess the Super Bowl episode, apparently, from what I was reading about it, it was like the last straw because that's when they did that joke about Carl Lewis and Richard. I think it was Richard Gere too. Mm-hmm. And they said that was the last straw, and basically they were kind of, I guess, took all the creativity away, and so then the Wayans were just like, all right, we're out. So pretty much that last season was was it, because we didn't have any of the Wayans on there. The one of the women, she left. I think it was Kelly Caulfield. She left because she was like, they're my people, I guess. Because I mean, Kelly Caulfield, if you look at any of the Wayans brothers,
she always has an appearance.
Yeah, she always has an appearance. So pays to stay loyal, I guess. But yeah, definitely a great show. Oh, who was your favorite character on that show that they did?
I like the one when they did on Pee Wee Herman.
Oh yeah,
with the dog.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was hilarious, man.
Yeah, that was always funny. My favorite character on there was Homie the Clown.
Homie the Clown.
Yeah, because he was just always just so funny. And then I mean, you just have so many iconic characters. I mean, this show, gave Jim Carrey his start.
Shit.
Yeah.
I like when Jamie would do when he did that when they did Casey and JoJo. You remember that when him and Tommy Davidson they did a rendition of their performance on Unplugged. You remember that?
I don't remember that episode.
That was pretty funny.
But yeah, definitely paved the way for a lot of stars on that show.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx, Tommy Davidson,
David Alec Greer,
Jennifer Lopez was one of the dancers.
Kim Cole, isn't that her name? Kim Cole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rosie Perez.
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez, Rosie Perez. Another one of those other backup dancers. She's on Dancing with the Stars now. I can't even remember her name. But yeah, she was definitely good. Mm-hmm. Looking. But definitely a great show. And moving to the next show, the Wayans brothers.
This show was alright. It had its moments, but it was a little corny at times.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was funny, especially when they the Tiptones episode. When my love goes bang bang bang.
Ah, yeah. I remember that.
Hey, that show.
Shout out to Marlon, man. His shoe game was always on point.
Yeah,
he was up there with Will and Martin when it came to the Jordans and the Nikes and stuff that was coming out at the time.
Oh yeah,
I always noticed that too. But yeah, this show, like I said, it had its moments. I liked some episodes, but it was a little corny at times.
Yeah, it was just, I liked it. It was funny. I remember watching it all the time. Definitely.
Remember the episode when Marlon was smoking, and I was just like, bro, what are you smoking? You can't be smoking weed. You smoking some lace shit if you acting like this.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I was like, okay.
Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Matter of fact, round of applause for John Witherspoon right now.
Good old
One
Pops.
of the funniest actors of all time.
Good old Pops.
Yeah.
Can't beat him.
Definitely.
Can't beat him. Another show. I'm trying to think. Family Matters. What do you think about that show?
This was another show that I didn't like. I liked it when I was young.
Why didn't you like it?
Huh?
Why you like it now?
Because it's just so corny, and it's just so, like, Steve, they just really started to just kind of, like, jump the shark when they started making Stefan and Myrtle Urkel and all these different characters that didn't make no sense. And I remember Laura because I remember watching I Love the 90s, and they was talking about this show, and Laura was just like, Jaleel, he was just getting too old for this role. It got one point where I remember he was getting dressed, and I remember when he just got finished in his outfit, and I was just looking at him, and I was just like, Jaleel, I can see your balls.
Aren't they talking about like rebooting that show or something?
I hope not, man.
I could have sworn I heard like talks about it.
He was getting a little too old for that role. That show lasted for like damn near 10 years, and it was a mediocre 10 years because. and also too, Harriet. They used to always be like, "Woo!" Every time she come downstairs, she coming downstairs.
I always hated that, like on shows, but like,
yeah, but she wasn't even looking good though, for real.
Oh yeah, that was another show they replaced. Replaced the mother.
Yeah, but nobody really cared because by that time, Family Matters had completely fallen off. And then you got the girl, the sister. Remember, she walked upstairs and then never came back down.
Wait, what?
You don't remember that on Family Matters? The sister, the little sister.
Oh yeah, the one that they kicked off. The one they tried to like hide was never on the show.
Yeah. She went upstairs and never was seen again.
Damn, what old Ronnie Cycli trade. Yeah, like it's like he went to the bathroom and he never came back.
Yeah. But and then I just didn't like the whole him changing into Stefan and all that. It was just kind of corny. What about you, man?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, once you get older, you look at that show, you're like, okay. But I mean,
it aged well.
It lasted for a long time though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, like that show went on for I think like 9 seasons, something like that.
Yeah, about 10. Yeah,
like it was crazy. Yeah, it went from 1989 to 1998. Damn. 204 episodes.
Man.
You remember the episode they had where they had the Uncle Phil on there?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, so basically they one of the kids, like it was like one of the little like after the episode over clips, and Richie, I think that was the little light skinned boy's name. He came in and he came in with one of his friends and he was like, "Well, I guess I lost the bet." And they're like, "What?" He's like, Carl Winslow was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, you do. He does look like the dad off of Fresh Prince." And right after he said that, Uncle Phil came walking through the door and just kind of gave him a mean mug. And Carl, like the dude was playing Carl Winslow, he didn't know that he was gonna do that. So you just see him just kind of start busting out laughing. It was a funny clip. You gotta look that clip up.
Round of applause for Uncle Phil right now, man.
Yeah, definitely.
The greatest TV dad.
Yeah.
No.
What about Bill Cosby?
Nah.
I don't know. Bill Cosby might have it.
Nah, man. Phil actually ran shit in his house. You know what I mean? he always came through for him.
I don't know. But speaking of Jaleel White, he had a pretty solid career after because he did the Sonic the Hedgehog voice.
He had a solid career after. Are you serious, bro? He didn't do shit.
He was Sonic the Hedgehog though.
Okay.
That's pretty big. He was a cartoon character.
I mean, that shit, like, when did the show end?
98?
Yeah, around that time, that's when Sonic ended, so he really wasn't doing shit after this.
Hey, he was getting it. Nah, I'm joking.
Yeah, I know. I know you had to be. You got to be trolling right now, because I remember he had that show on UPN called Grown Ups.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
It lasted for like a season. Yeah, I remember watching that too. It lasted
22 episodes.
22?
Yeah.
I thought it was way less than that. But yeah,
it was 22. But oh well. Another show. I don't know if you remember this one. Parenthood.
Yeah, with Reagan Gomez, Preston.
Yeah, the
fine ass
Robert Townsend.
Yeah, Robert Townsend.
Yeah, definitely. It was a pretty good show. Not one of my favorite shows, but
yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was straight. But oh well, can't get it right every time, I guess. Robert Townsend, I mean, he does good with everything else. Sitcoms, not so much. From what I see,
yeah,
you know. But hey, he tried. But getting to that, the Cosby Show,
classic.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
iconic.
Might get flamed for
legendary.
Might get flamed for support Bill Cosby right now.
Oh yeah, he really messed up. You know what's crazy with all this stuff that came out? he was just he just had weird ways about him. You know what I mean? You couldn't cuss on set,
Well, I remember.
but he's doing all this stuff behind the scenes. But you can't even cuss on his
Well,
TV
alleged
set.
that he was doing all this stuff.
Yeah, alleged. Everything's alleged. I ain't trying to get sued because I'm broke.
Yeah.
Because I'm broke.
But yeah, it was definitely a good show. I remember he kicked the cockroach dude off the show. He got to play cockroach because he wouldn't keep his hair cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what the story was. He cockroach, I guess, wouldn't keep his hair cut, like keep his hair nice and neat. So Cosby was like, "You're out of here."
Yeah, that's how Cosby was on set. He was like, he was kind of like LeBron. You either fall in my army or you can get the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean,
because if you look at the daughter, Lisa Bonet, man, I remember reading that she used to come on the show smelling like straight gas, have the whole set smell like good weed. And they were beefing because she did a movie where she was doing light nudity. I think she did Playboy too, if I'm not mistaken. So he was really just trying to control them on the show, and then afterwards too, he was trying to keep that image. You know what I mean? Keep that wholesome image. But it's like you can't really control people outside of this show.
Yeah, that's true. He was just trying to better him.
Yeah. But outside all that, great show. What was one of your favorite episodes?
There's a lot. I mean,
mine is Justine.
Oh, which one was that?
When he was singing for his girlfriend. I think he cheated on her. He kissed another chick, and she found out about it.
One of my favorite episodes was when they ended up having that party. Like they went out of Claire and Cliff went out of town, and Theo was watching the house, and they were just having a small get together. It ended up turning into just like everybody coming to the party, and they destroyed the house. So Theo and his friends, they were trying to like fix the house or whatever, and so Cliff and Claire come back. I remember like Cliff sat on the couch. And he like put his keys on the table. Whole table just falls apart. He's like, I killed the table. And they were like, I remember Theo and his friends came in the room, and they're like, well, I guess there's something else we got to add to the list. And they're like, the list? They're like, so he told them like, yeah, we had a party, and it kind of got out of hand. So his man gave him the list. That thing was like 2 pages long. And he was like, Theo, you coming with me. And they left. And then Cliff came back later on that day by himself. They're like, what happened to Theo? And he's like, well, I tried to enroll him in the military, but the guy came, he's like, I guess the sergeant came outside, and he's like, if you're trying to enroll your son because he threw a party, got a girl pregnant, or did anything crazy over the weekend, get out of line. And he said every single person got out of line. But yeah, that was definitely.
Can't forget the you want to go have big fun with the wretched. Remember that?
It was
hey, the way she reacted. That was great acting by Claire, man. What's her name? Felicia Rashad. Yeah, that was great acting by her in that scene. She really did her thing, man, when she caught Vanessa.
Greatest TV mom of all time?
Nah, I gotta go with the first Viv.
Better than Felicia Rashad?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I think I might have to give it Felicia Rashad.
I can see that.
Because, I mean, our Viv was cool, don't get me wrong.
She was a lawyer, but she didn't do shit. She was never in the courthouse.
Oh, well.
Never seen her.
I mean, you never saw Aunt Viv do anything.
What you mean? She taught.
She taught like one class.
Man, it don't matter. We saw her doing her profession more than we did Felicia Rashad.
No, there was a couple episodes I saw with clients. But definitely, Cosby was a good show.
I can't forget the one line. Yeah, you remember that episode when he was when he got an earring?
Oh yeah,
man, that was so funny.
Yeah, he was like trying to lead and everything, trying to hide it. I was like, oh my god.
What you doing, Theo? I just listen to some music. Hey, the headphones ain't even plugged in.
Hey, it was petty how Lisa Bonet's character dry snitched on him though.
How'd she do that?
Because she saw she saw Theo's ear, and she saw his ear was like infected. Because I guess they didn't pierce it right.
Mm-hmm.
So she was just like, she went downstairs. She was like, I guess talking to the parents. She was like, I just want to say one thing, like, just everybody have healthy earlobes right now. Healthy earlobes. That's all I'm saying. And they were like, what? So Cliff went upstairs, and that's where you had the classic scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a great show.
Yeah, and the end of the first episode too. I love how that ended with him getting on him about his grades.
Oh yeah. I brought you in this world. I can take you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a great show.
Because usually in shows, like, if any other show, if he had said that, it would have been a great moment. He would have hugged him and be like, "Oh yeah, it's okay, son." Not that episode. Not that show.
Had to be raw right there.
Yeah.
Definitely a good episode. Trying to think of some more. What's some more that you had?
Let me think for a second.
Yeah, because I mean we've been covering like the main ones. Yeah, we've been covering
Fresh Prince. We ain't said nothing about that.
Well, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, because that definitely was a
good times.
I didn't know if we wanted to like go like in the past that far, because I mean we really only caught the reruns of that. We
only caught the reruns of Fresh Prince and Martin and all that too.
No, like we were allowed during Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but I mean we was young though.
Yeah, but I was watching it. Yeah, remember I got older siblings and everything.
Okay.
So I was able to watch all that stuff.
Well, I'm gonna say good times anyway, just because just the impact that it had. But
I think that's been always named like the greatest black show of all time.
Yeah, round of applause for James Evans right now. Another great TV dad that did whatever to have his kids.
Mr. Dynamite, JJ.
And nice things, well, kind of nice things. But Florida Evans, worst TV mom of all time. Go ahead and hit the... Gotta do that for her, because she stayed hating on anybody in the family that was trying to better themselves or try and get some money circulating through there. You know what I mean? Because they was in the projects. Wasn't that in Chicago?
Yeah, I think it was based in Chicago.
So imagine being in Chicago in the 70s, bruh. In the hood in the 70s.
Yeah.
And you gonna hate on James for gambling? You trying to make some money around here. Get your afro right.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, definitely a great show. Very funny.
Yeah.
Good characters on
it. James Evans, he got killed off, man, because he wasn't liking the direction of the show anymore. They just started focusing too much on JJ, and he was pretty much a clown, a buffoon to him. He had no job or nothing, but he was always just doing some dumb shit.
Well, that's how you find your that's what most of those sitcoms did. I mean, you find your
niche.
Huh?
You find your niche and keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, you find who's gonna be the standout person, and you just roll with him.
Yeah. So they end up killing him off because he didn't like the show.
Yeah. The Jeffersons.
Yeah. Shout out to Sherman.
Greatest, probably arguably the greatest theme song to me.
What about Fresh Prince?
That's why I said arguably.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because
what was it? Beans don't fry in the kitchen.
Beans don't burn on the grill.
That's right.
Took a whole lot of trying just to build up that hill. Now we up in the big leagues, getting up, turn that back. Long as we with it, you and me, baby, ain't nothing wrong with that. We're moving on up.
Yeah. I remember
she came in so hard too.
I remember somebody sampled that song back in like the early 2000s.
Oh, it was Nelly.
No, somebody like did like the whole song, what was his name? It was like Whoa Now or something like that. It was like Whoa Now.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I can't remember who did that though.
But yeah, he it definitely probably arguably the greatest intro song.
Had him walking on the backs of white people.
Yeah.
Talking shit.
Yeah,
like,
he
really was talking shit. We ain't never seen nothing like this on TV before. A black man just throwing his weight around, not giving a fuck.
Just talking hella shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a great show with that. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Fresh
Shout out to Florence too. I think she's still living, right?
I don't think so. Isn't that Lenny
Marla-
Kravitz's mom?
Huh?
That's Lenny Kravitz's mom, ain't it?
Nah, his mom was somebody else.
I thought she was the one off.
Nah, not her. It's somebody else.
Oh.
I know it's somebody on the show. I can't think of it, but it's somebody else.
I thought it was the wife on Jefferson's. It was like his mom or something. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Oh,
yeah,
well.
Florence. Yeah, she had the greatest comebacks.
Yeah. Moving on. Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Fresh Prince. Another great theme song.
Oh yeah, that one. I mean, the Jeffersons and this one, you could definitely. It's a hard case for which one's the best theme song.
This show was cool, but I feel like it got a little bit too ridiculous in the last season.
Well,
And
that
you got
one,
Will motherfucking burning down the house and shit. Like, come on, man.
I actually liked that episode. That was pretty funny. Jeffrey, run around. I'm not gonna do this. But yeah, well, really, the last season, like they were just really trying to show off Will's acting since he was about to like move on to like bigger movies and stuff like that.
I like that dance him and when he was Ashley's backup dancing him and Carl.
Oh yeah,
well, she has a really great voice, by the way.
She was a singer for a long. I don't know what happened, like why she like stopped singing or whatever. But I mean, I remember like after the show, she had a pretty decent career at first. You know, it was pretty. I remember seeing her on the Disney concerts.
Oh yeah,
yeah, the Disney Channel concerts. I know you remember those.
Man, them shits was garbage. Didn't they have who they have on there singing Jodeci one time?
No, I'm talking like they would actually have like the groups on there.
Yeah, they have them on there singing songs, different people's songs.
No, they would be singing their own songs. Yeah, like they would have.
I'm thinking of something else. My bad.
Yeah, you probably thinking like the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
they had somebody on there. Now it was one of the groups singing Jodeci or something. I remember that. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was probably the Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah.
Like when.
What was you talking about?
Yeah, it was just this show. I mean, it was great. But yeah, I think they were just really that season trying to show off his acting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely funny show. Of course, they try to act like nobody was gonna notice him changing Aunt Viv.
Yeah, they had that funny scene with him. Who was it? Jazz.
Yeah, Jazz said like, man, ever since that pregnancy, you look different.
And then I remember one time he just came out and said, "All right, so who's gonna be the mom this season?" It was another episode.
Yeah, it was definitely a good show. I wonder what happened. I wonder why. Like, what's the beef with that?
Beef with what?
The original Aunt Viv and like Will.
Oh, well, here's the thing. She, from his perspective, he felt like she was, overstepping her boundaries, trying to make the show about her, and she feels like. And he also felt like she was jealous of him because she would be on the set saying, "Oh, I've been in the game 15 years, 20 years, and I'm over here playing behind some punk or something like that." Just making little shots at him. From her perspective, she felt like he was just being selfish, But they haven't liked each other since the 90s, man. And she never, and at all the reunions and stuff, she's never
invited.
Yeah, it's always the other mom.
Yeah, I remember Marlon. He was on one of these shows on ESPN one time, and I guess something happened between them again. The original Aunt Viv and Will Smith, and Mom was like, "Did Will hit that or something?" Because I mean, she was like too adamant about this, like.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You never know."
Yeah, you never know. But everybody else on the set says that she's crazy.
Well, what else they gonna say? They definitely ain't gonna go against Will Smith. They wanted to keep their jobs.
Yeah, true. Keep them checks coming in.
Well, the only one
syndication checks.
Well, the only one she's really like said anything about was Alfonso Ribeiro.
Nah, she talked about Will too.
No, I'm talking about like out of the other cast
okay.
members. Like he's the only one she said anything.
What'd she
bad.
say?
Just I guess basically like he's just Will Smith flunky or
But
yeah, it was definitely pretty funny. She's basically just saying he's like a hip hop. Well, our version of hip hop Butler.
yeah, when we say hip hop butlers, we always see the person that's always behind the big guy. You know, you got Jay-Z, and then you always see Memphis Bleak. He's always up under him.
Busta Rhymes, you got Spliff Star.
Yeah.
Ludacris, you got Lil Fate.
Yeah.
Which we might have to have an episode of Battles of the Hip Hop Butlers.
Who was the best rapper out of all them?
That would be a tough one. That'll be
No, it won't. Because most of these butlers are garbage.
But who's the better one out of them? That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a tough
where
one.
I'm going with it.
Who?
Memphis Bleak.
I can't really count him as a hip hop butler though, because he actually had solo albums.
Okay.
I'm talking about people like.
Are you really setting the bar low then? We're going with everybody, not Memphis Bleak and everybody. Oh shit! I really don't know who to choose then.
Exactly.
That's like asking me the best turd in some shit.
Exactly. But yeah, moving back to the subject. I know we're forgetting tons of them. I mean, there's been so many.
We didn't bring up Martin.
Well, I was gonna announce our favorite ones.
Okay.
But which ones? I'm trying to think. Have we Keenan and Kel?
Yeah, Keenan and Kel got to put that up there.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes another great theme song.
Yeah, Coolio.
Yeah, Coolio gave a nice verse. Well, tell your homeboys from Keenan and Kel. He ain't on that to do it. Don't touch that down. Don't leave too soon. Cause that's I don't remember.
Yeah, I was about to say you should have stopped.
Yeah, I don't remember it. But since we on that tip, well, let's discuss that a little bit more. That show lasted for like 5 seasons, I think, and it ended with a movie.
What was your favorite episode?
I dropped the screw in the tuna. I remember me and my sister used to watch that cracking up.
My favorite episode was the episode where he had 3 dates in one night.
Yeah.
And because it was funny because he got the date. What was the girl? Dana?
I don't remember.
Whichever girl that worked at the grocery store with him. And then because he'd been trying hard as hell to get a date with her, and he finally got one. And then his mom set him up with his mom told him hey, ask this my friend's daughter out on a date because she's been kind of real sad. So he asked her out on a date, and he forgot that the date was gonna be on the same day. And then here goes Kel. Kel's like, I forgot an idea to solve all your problems. He was like, what? I got you another date. He's like, what? He's like, I don't need. How's getting another date gonna help me? Yeah. It's like, well, that's because she don't think your name's Keenan. She thinks your name's Alphonse. And they had Lady of Rage play her.
Oh yeah, shout out to Lady of Rage.
Yeah, definitely. She's actually a pretty good actress.
Yeah, pretty good actress, pretty good rapper too.
Yeah. But yeah, that was that one, and the episode where they messed up that girl's sweater.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because they did all that.
It was bullshit. I do remember that.
Yeah, because they did all sorts of stuff to that damn sweater. Oh man, they got ran over by a truck, poured bleach on it, dropped it in a fryer. And I remember at the end of that episode, and he was like, "Tell your grandma I'm sorry." And Kel was like, "She can't. She's dead." Those two were probably my favorite episodes.
Yeah,
but definitely great shows. Oh my god, and then then they had the movie together with they had the movie. Well, 2 movies. Remember, because they did the one with Cousin Skeeter.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
I just remember the one they did solo. What was that? A haunted house or something?
Yeah, the one solo I think was a haunted house. But yeah, it's another show, Cousin Skeeter. Yeah. How do you
Cousin
feel about
Skeeter
that?
was cool.
I never knew Bill Bellamy played that Cousin Skeeter.
Yeah. Had another great theme song. You know how it goes, 'cause I like your stilo and the way it is. Had Megan Good on there. Robert Richard again.
Yeah, definitely a good show.
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, it was a good show.
But so, what do you have to say is your favorite one?
It's got to be Martin, man.
Martin?
Yeah.
I definitely feel that.
Very hilarious. But I will say this. The last 2 seasons of that show?
Trash.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they were having all that beefs.
No, just because Martin was high as hell. Like, if you look at...
Well, yeah, the chemistry was messed up with, like, a bunch of the cast, too.
Because Martin and Cole really didn't like each other.
Yeah, and then Gina and Martin weren't...
Which was bullshit. Because apparently they had an affair going on. And
allegedly.
Allegedly. And then when Dwayne Martin came into the picture, Martin was in his feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a good pick there.
Great actors. Great actresses.
A lot of good guest appearances.
Oh, yeah. Biggie was on there.
Yeah. Tommy Davis.
Martin was definitely smoking with Biggie before because he was high as hell on that episode. He was toasted on there for real.
I always like the one of the ones I liked on there was Tommy when when they were in the court there one day.
Oh yeah.
And he put out the black bud.
What is GTD stand for, Tommy?
He's like, got the drawers. He's like,
what? I can't hear you.
He's like, got the drawers.
Say that again. We can't hear you.
He's like, I got the drawers. I got them. All right. And then it was just always crack me up. It's like, man, I got to go to work in the morning. Tommy, where do you work? Which I think they were just trying to say he was a drug dealer. You think he was?
Nah, you know what's crazy? I didn't find this out till a couple years ago. He actually did have a job.
What was his job?
They say earlier in the early season, the first season, he worked at Boys and Girls Club.
That's respectable.
Yeah, but the reason why they made that joke up was because because Tommy was just like, y'all don't ever write in my job or talk about what I do because they always talking about everybody else's job except his. And so that's where they came up with the idea, like, well, would you say you ain't got a job?
And then you can't forget Bruh, man.
Oh, yeah, which, bro, man, you talk about him, we talk about Tommy possibly being a drug dealer. That nigga was slow. He should have been at Western State or something.
It just cracked me up. Like, this man, like, I remember one episode, they were just all arguing. This man just comes through the window, just starts making a sandwich.
Yeah, another classic episode.
Was that the Thanksgiving one? No, that was,
that was the one where they did when somebody stole his CD player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember the one where he had like a fake dog.
Yeah, that was that episode.
Yeah.
But they were doing New Jack City.
Yeah.
They were doing that New Jack City scene.
They were all arguing. This man just come in, just start making a sandwich. They were just like, what the heck?
Yeah, he's like, man, I thought you got my note, man. Where'd you put the note? It was up under your bathroom sink. Yeah. You was running low on toilet paper. I thought you see it. Hey, and you know what's funny too, man? The 90s, man, that was an interesting time because, CDs was very popular. He paid $400 for that damn CD player on that episode.
Wow. Yeah, I remember
$400 for a CD player.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy thing because, like, I remember back in the day, like, DVD players.
Like, crazy. Like, they were up there, like, almost damn near a rack.
Yeah, like, it was crazy to think about, like, DVD players are that expensive. Like, now you just go to the store and get a DVD player for like $20.
Yeah, now it's like people don't even buy DVD. They watch everything off Netflix or steal it.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, definitely a good choice there. The choice I have to go with is probably the Steve Harvey Show, honestly.
Steve Harvey Show was a really good show.
Yeah, like I really liked the chemistry him and Cedric had with each other. Definitely some memorable characters, Regina, and then the the original Cardi B, Lavita, Alice, AJ, or well, really the original Tiffany Haddish.
Ah, yeah, that works.
Legina, Legina?
Nah, Lavita, Alice A. Jenkins.
Yeah, it was definitely a game changer when they put her on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, of course, Steve Harvey stayed fresh on the show. Stayed in a suit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw that man in anything else but a suit on the show.
Nah, he an old school player. That was back when he had the little fade.
Yeah. And then you had
which I always used to wonder as a kid, like, how is his hairline just so perfect? And then I got a little older, I was like, okay, that got to be a wig.
Probably. Yeah, but it definitely was a funny show. A very funny show. Had Romeo and Bullethead.
Yeah, Marlon Santana.
Yeah, which R.I.P. to him.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. Great actor.
You know, he was originally, he was going to play Tupac in a movie.
Yeah, they had the movie done in, 98, but then they felt like it was too soon.
Yeah.
Which, that was a great choice. He looks just like Tupac.
And probably he kind of, apparently he kind of somewhat played him in, some,
Yeah, it was a movie called Played. It was, basically talking about, it was lightly based off of the Biggie and Tupac thing.
Okay, yeah.
He was like the Tupac type of character.
Ironic, both of them got shot.
Yeah.
But even had a guest appearance with Keenan and Kel on there.
Yeah, they was on there a few times.
Yeah. See, I think they're pretty much trying to kind of make them into the next Steve and Cedric to an extent. And they even had Lloyd Beth Denberg from all that.
Yep. She was hilarious on here.
Yeah, pretty much everybody was hilarious.
The Lady Rage on here.
Yep. Yeah, because I remember she'd be bodying people.
Yeah.
I remember she was forcing Romeo to go out with her. I was like, man, dude. But yeah, definitely a very good show. Regina, man,
bad as fuck.
That was probably that was the finest. The time when she looked the finest.
Ah, yeah, she was younger. She was probably a late 20s back then.
Yeah, she was fine as hell. I was like, my goodness. I'm like, what do we have here? What principal comes to school dressed like that, though? She had them little short skirts and stuff.
I had a teacher who used to dress like that when I was in middle school.
But was she fine, though?
Nah, not really. She was kind of past her prime.
Trying to hold on.
She used to dress just like that.
Wow. How you expect a kid to pay attention? No wonder why kids ain't learning shit in school.
Yeah, especially with the teachers nowadays. They younger, so
Well, nowadays you got all the teachers having sex with students.
Yeah, that shit's sick, man.
Yeah. But yeah, this was definitely a very funny show. I had Ron. I had some few pretty big guest appearances on here. Ron Isley. He was on there. I remember Puffy and
Snoop D-O-double-G.
Yeah, Teddy Riley was on an episode.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really rare. You don't ever really see Teddy Riley come out.
Was Gladys Knight on here?
She might have been.
Nah, she was in the James Fox show. Never mind.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, had some others on here. I feel I can't remember all of them, but it was definitely a great show. Of course, a lot of people, they don't like Steve Harvey anymore.
Yeah,
but it still was a good show to me. I mean, I don't really agree with Steve Harvey, but hey,
I definitely don't. He's definitely an opportunist.
Yeah. That's one way of putting it.
And honestly, he's a little overrated. As far as his comedy style.
Well, stand-up wise,
stand-up wise, he has no classics.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not stand-up wise. I'm just going off the show.
Yeah, just the show. The show was really good.
Yeah. Just some little one-liners he had. Because I remember...
you, the real boy, is jealous of the fake boy. When Romeo was jealous of the little puppet.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny the way he broke it down. You, the real boy.
Yeah, I remember one of my favorite episodes was when they did that school play, where it's that one woman came in and like did a play. She was like having them perform it, and Romeo was the main character, and I guess he fell in love with the chick, and he saw Steve trying to get at her too, and he quit the play, so Steve had to play Romeo's character, and
he was in a suit. Yeah, that was what he talking about being in the hood.
Yeah,
a suit
right, where carried around a skateboard. And then when he sang that one song, and then the truth is still emerging, that you're looking at a virgin. I told all my boys that I hit it, but the truth is I never even did it. Whoa.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you can't forget. Break me off a piece.
Yeah.
Break me off a piece of that funk.
Well, then what was that?
When the funk hits the fan, all the people wanna jam a song with me. Get with me.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. It was. I'm telling you, it was a great show. Like,
yeah,
just real funny. Like,
took Steve forever to get the ass. I will say that.
Yeah, I remember he had to go like all the way to California and that was like one of the only like. Well, there's been quite a few black sitcoms to get a last episode, but that was one of them that actually got a last episode.
Yeah,
you know,
I like the Wayans.
Well, that one got canceled. Yeah, but. Yeah, I remember they were talking about that. They were like, shoot, we thought we were going to be on for like 5 years. They said they had all the episodes written out and everything. But they said there was kind of some stuff that went on behind the scenes that probably was why they got canceled.
Well, go ahead and let us know.
Well, from what they said in an interview, they're just like, yeah, they were like, basically they were just like, yeah, it was, we kind of got like, all like, he's like, yeah, you know, all the brothers loved us, but it was like the people, you know, that were like kind of protesting us, you know. He was like the people, I guess, they were trying to fund our show, I guess. So I guess to an extent, I feel like he was like trying to say, I guess somebody was trying to extort them. So
that's crazy.
Like, that's what it came off as. You have to watch the interview.
Okay.
It was on Sway in the morning. But yeah, definitely. But yes, to get back to Steve Harvey show, definitely a great show. You know what? 2 shows I forgot that we didn't mention.
What?
Well, one, the Bernie Mac show. What do you think about that one?
Bernie Mac show, yeah, that was really good. You know, it's funny if you ever watch the other scenes of Kings of Comedy. Has him at the basketball court. He's just talking about, y'all ain't gonna give me a show. Y'all scared of me. And then like a year later, he gets a show.
Well, if you
talk about that, and then he gets a show right after that.
Well, I think they pretty much already had the deal, because if you listen to like the end of his like stand up on that, he pretty much is just talking about the basis of the show. Like when he's talking about like, yeah, me and my brother went to court.
That really happened though, for what he said.
Well, yeah, but also, you know, he's telling the basis of the show too.
Yeah.
If you caught that, but I thought it was a solid show. I think it could have been done a little bit better. If you get what I'm saying.
No.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like it could have been done a little bit better. Like, I feel like Bernie Mac didn't have complete control of it. Like, I didn't feel like they were able to let Bernie Mac be.
Of course not, because this is on Fox, bro. They cannot let him be how he wants to be. He got to clean up a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, most of the other shows like we talked about, like, they were, like, the characters, you felt like they were able to be themselves.
Okay. Well, you know, Bernie Mac is just so much different than all the people we talking about. You can't really let him loose on some mainstream show like that.
Yeah. And then another show. Well, actually, 2 more shows that we forgot to mention. One, My Wife and Kids.
Yeah, My Wife and Kids.
Underrated show.
It was cool.
To me, I mean, it was always funny. David Wayans.
You bring up Regina. This is when, to me, Tisha Campbell looked her best.
Yeah. I could.
Yeah,
it's always, I don't know. It's always, I go back and forth between that. To me, I either go pick that time during those years, or the first house party,
Yeah.
Gina,
Yeah.
or the first Tisha Campbell, the first
She
house
was
party
right
Tisha
back then
Campbell.
too.
Yeah. But yeah, it was definitely a good show.
Really good show. They had good chemistry with each other.
Yeah. Try to, I guess, peel off some of that Cosby Show energy.
Yeah.
But kind of gave it, I guess, a little bit more flavor to it, especially how he would talk to Junior on there. Oh,
didn't
man.
he make him live in the damn
the garage? Hey, I remember they had a meme. They were like, who's the dumbest character? And it was like Waldo from Family Matters, Junior, Kel Mitchell, and I can't remember the fourth one for nothing. I can't remember who it was, but it was
Jazz.
I don't think it was Jazz. It was somebody else. I just can't remember. But they're like, who's the dumbest one of all these? And I was like, man, that's a tough one. But yeah, definitely a pretty good show. And then the other show we forgot to talk about, Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah, really great show. I didn't watch it when it came on initially.
Yeah,
I just saw the
didn't either.
reruns and I was like, wow, I really missed out. Had a great cast. You had Terry Crews as Chris's father. Had Tashina Arnold as Rochelle, his mother. Had a lot of great guest appearances too.
Yeah, had a lot of great comedians. That,
Mm-hmm.
Comedians that you, I guess, to an extent, kind
Tisha
of fell
Campbell
off.
did a appearance on there a couple times.
Yeah. To me, Terry Crews made the show.
Yeah, but being all cheap and shit.
He's like, that's especially. Well, he's like, that's 10 cents worth of beer. That's 10 cents worth of Kool-Aid. That's 35 cents worth of bread.
Yeah.
But
I don't need this. My man has 2 jobs.
Yeah, I do not need this. My man has 2 jobs. Oh man, it was funny. Like, especially
Yeah, the episode where her and Tisha Campbell was on there, where it was dancing the square biz, when she found out that she was a year younger than what she really was.
Oh,
Dancing
yeah.
square biz. She's like, you old.
Yeah, I remember the one episode where where I guess Terry what's her Rochelle, she found out about stuff. I can't remember what he did, what Terry Crews' character did.
When he had the bra and the
No, it was something she found out about, and
he was married.
no, it wasn't. It was something good. Like she thought it was something bad, but it ended up being something like for her, because he was just like, she was like, why did you do this?
Oh, when he was giving her a new ring.
Yeah, he was like, it was to buy you a new ring, and she was like, and I remember Chris Rock's narration. She's like, that was the first time my dad could ever get my mom to be quiet, and then it showed what probably Terry Crews was thinking in his head, and showed him just dancing. It was just like, I'm right, you wrong.
Yeah, because we all know women got a hard time. I mean, when they wrong.
Yeah, but it was definitely a pretty good show.
Yep.
But yeah, to me, Terry Crews made that show.
Mm-hmm. Ended like the Sopranos. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling that ending.
I like the episode when him and Drew ran away, and then they came back, and their mom was looking at them all crazy and shit, and they walked back like they was about to go to jail or something.
Oh, yeah. That was
white.
when they snuck off to the hockey game.
Yeah.
Or no,
they
to
get
get
that Gritsy jersey.
Yeah,
not the
they're like
Gritsy.
Gritsky.
Gritsky, not Gritsky, not Gritsy, Gritsy.
Yeah, because they went to his hotel. And even the security guy was I guess it was Wayne Gretzky's security, and he was like, Gritsky. He's like, let me guess, you got that from Risky, didn't you?
Yeah, funny ass character. Hey, little man, let me get a hold of $1.
Oh yeah, he was probably one of the funniest characters on there.
The dude upstairs, tragic.
Yeah. What was his name?
I can't remember, but he used to have hoes coming through his house all the time.
Oh yeah, because he would date all the chicks. And I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
I remember. You remember the episode where they were trying to raise his rent a little bit, and as soon as like they put that on his door or slid it under his door, and they closed their door to their house. He was already knocking on the door, and he was knocking on the door, and I think he came in with like some like I don't even know what to call him, but some kind of inspector. He was like, yeah, I don't mind going on my rent, but some of these violations got to be up to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. But yeah, definitely a lot of great people casted on there.
Great writing.
Yeah, great writing. What about the little kid on the show? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
He had the crush on his sister.
And his dad went up to him and threatened him.
Yeah.
He started crying. He was like, man, stop crying. And everybody's like, wait, what's going on?
Hey, remember the one episode where Chris Rock's character had to go like mentor like a little kid, and he knocked on the door. He was like, "What was his character's name?" I can't remember either. And he was just like, "What? You live here?" He's like, "Yeah, what you need, Chris?" He's like, "Man, I'm looking for this dude name. I'm looking for this kid named so and so." And he was like, "Whoa, where you hear that name at?" Started acting all scared. He's like, well,
yeah, look. I remember that episode. I know you're talking
about. Definitely good memories on that show. Definitely funny individual, Chris Rock.
Yeah, I like the episode. Chris Rock made an appearance on there.
Oh yeah,
he was trying to figure out if Chris's character was slow or not.
Yeah,
he was like, "I'm gonna ask you a word, and then you say what comes to mind. What first comes to mind? Okay, bread, door. You have to say another word. You can't say the same word, but that's what I'm thinking of. Is what you just said." He was like, well, say the next word that comes to mind. And he was like trying to be a smart ass with it. He was like, slow, fast, dumb, smart.
Oh, I remember when they got on the bus and he's like, how many people here went to college? And nobody raised their hands. He was like, oh, wrong bus.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely some good shows that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm sure we're missing a ton of them.
Blackish.
We don't talk about that show on this on here.
Insecure.
Yeah, but that's not. Do we consider that a sick? Because most of these ones that we talked about were like on cable TV.
Okay.
I mean, that's a different episode, I guess. We can bring up some of those shows. But, I mean, I think we pretty much covered majority of them, the main ones at least.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have anything else to say? Any other remarks? Any other shows we might have forgot? Any day now.
Trying to remember some shows, man, but I'm coming up on a blank here.
There's a ton of them. I mean, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah.
But
well, you can't go wrong with some of them. But
yeah, if you choose the Parkers, like that show was terrible. UPN had a lot of black shows that were just garbage, like Cuts. Remember Cuts? Eve.
Oh well, yeah, I forgot about those, and obviously easy to forget about those shows.
Yeah,
but oh well. I mean, we pretty much nailed the main ones, at least. I mean, the most important ones that people actually watch consistently. But if we didn't, oh well. This is our show, and we can do whatever we want. But unless you have anything else to say.